body count. Are you sharing your numbers?
Do the numbers matter?
Right. We want to know, guys. All right. So for those who don't understand the term
Body count.
the way you said it, body count.
We, of course, you know we like to get our Urban Dictionary. We like to get our urban meaning. But how about this one? I looked it up in Urban and in Merriam, and it's almost the same exact definition.
They both.
Yeah,
both
super
the
universe. Yeah.
So
Right.
it says, I couldn't even believe it would be in the dictionary. Like,
In
I thought it
Merriam?
was such like a hood term. Like,
No.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Well, the two top definitions under urban were, number one was how many people you've had sex with orally or penetration, and number two is how many people you've killed. So when you look up Merriam, when you look
I
up
didn't even think about that.
I know, right?
when you look up Merriam-Webster,
People getting killed.
that's the first one that comes up.
It's body.
How many people did you kill? And then the second one behind that on Merriam is how many people are in a space at one time. So the first thing that they think about is how many motherfuckers you killed.
And then they think about
Immediately after is if you in a spot and how many people are in there.
and in the hood. The first thing we think about
Is how many people you
slept
fucked.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people
Wow.
you fucked.
Difference in worlds.
Right. Not really. It's all, you know, both.
No, but the fact that the ones, because where you said is that the other dictionary, by the
Merriam.
first one was about the killing people. And
Right,
then, like,
urban.
the hood's one was about the people you slept with. So that's what I mean by
Order
the difference
of it.
in words.
Yeah,
Like,
the
alright,
difference of-
well, we got to worry about y'all type of people because y'all out here butchering people up.
Right.
And then y'all out here just fucking.
Right. Right.
Like, we just clear to see what priorities y'all have.
Right.
Okay, alright.
So we actually got on us, like we actually thought that we should talk about this because my feathers were a little ruffled when I read a post that said that Megan, her boyfriend,
Paradise Found.
yes, I had the biggest crush on him too, y'all, when I first, anyway. So, because I was about to tell a whole bunch of business. So, she posted supposedly, allegedly, I think it was on her page, but it was like a news article, you know, on social media that said her boyfriend was embarrassed about the things that coming out that she slept with these people.
The boyfriend was getting upset?
Yeah,
That he was embarrassed.
that he was embarrassed.
Who's the boyfriend?
Paradise Fontaine.
He's a rapper.
And a
That
basketball player,
he
right?
was concerned about her body count?
Okay, so we're not gonna update you on the topic right now.
You know he be
So,
lost in the sauce.
he- let's get him up to date. Megan Thee Stallion is on trial. Well, she's not on trial, but Tory Lanez is on trial.
Right.
Before they had the whole shooting
out,
thing,
right,
the falling out thing, they were fucking.
Right.
But when she was interviewed by Gayle, I also feel some type of way about this, because as soon as this came out her mouth, when she was being interviewed by Gayle asked her, were you and Tory Lanez romantically involved? Did y'all sleep together?
And she said no, right?
She paused. This is why I've always had an issue with that interview, that part of the interview. She paused and said no. Being a woman who has been lied on, when I've had about 2 men lie on me. One man was
That's
lying.
the worst feeling.
Yes, and said they slept with me. They never even seen me naked.
Right.
This was before stripper days. They never even seen me naked,
Right.
let alone had sex with me.
Right, I remember that story.
And they said I slept with them. No! Was immediately when you asked me that, the immediate thing that came, and there was no hesitation. I don't have to think about if I fucked a nigga or not.
Right.
If I sucked his dick or not.
Right.
Listen, I had to
As soon as you ask me if I know I didn't, my answer is going to be no. If I don't want to answer you, my answer is going to be, that has nothing to do with the situation we are talking about right now.
Right.
It doesn't matter whether I slept with him or not. He shot me in my motherfucking front.
Right.
Why are you asking me if I had sex with him?
What does that have to do with it?
What does that have to do with it? Does that now make it okay? Oh, because now it becomes a domestic abuse thing. So now it's more like I'm with my boyfriend, girlfriend, and we was in a heated argument. Really so now it don't count because my dick at some point was in his mouth.
Nah, that don't matter.
So that's I probably wouldn't, if I was in her situation, I would need a lot of media training before I ever get to her level. Because I would have cursed Gail the fuck out. You being I know the world wants to know, Gail.
They'd be like, cut, girl.
Only it would have been like how Whitney was with Gail. Because Whitney ain't give a fuck. Bitch, do you smoke motherfucking crack? Crack is a poor man's drug.
Oh,
bitch.
Yeah,
right.
I don't do
That's that Jersey.
I don't do crack.
That's that
Jersey girl. That's that Jersey girl shit. Don't ask me who the fuck I've been fucking. We on here talking about the fact that he shot me in my foot.
I got shot in my foot. Let's stick to the
But you know that she gotta get the scoop. You know that's why they pay this thing.
I understand that, but that was just an example of how you could have answered that question. You could have just said that's not what we here to discuss.
Right.
To just come out and blatantly say, no, I didn't sleep with him. But, so we backing on up. Mama Bush, me and her was in the DMs and she opened my mind to something. Why did she feel like she had to lie though? You know why? Body count. Because when we can't freely as women
that's not for confirmed
be sexual beings that like to have sex just as much as men do.
But y'all have to have sex with us though. So I mean who y'all having sex with if y'all not having sex with us?
How y'all demonized?
So I'm demonized for being in the same spot you in? We in the same place. We was together. Why am I the only hoe in this situation? Yeah, like you got a hoe too.
You something. Right.
That goes back to society and their particular, category they want to place people in.
It's the same thing with Sweetie.
Oh, we not even gonna go.
No, let me just say this
queen. We not gonna touch the cancer queen.
Listen, it would have been okay if Sweetie was a man, and she posted a picture of her with the dude she was fucking. It would have been okay if it was the opposite gender. It would have been okay for her to talk. It would have been okay for her to break up with Quavo. If Quavo was a girl and she was a guy, break up with him allegedly, and then go fuck one of his boys.
Right.
If it was a man situation, it would have been okay for him to put all that shit in the rap videos and talk about the shit and do all that shit and key, but cause they key more than we fucking.
I fucking hate it here. And
they talk more than we talk.
When I say
nobody would even know we was fucking if you didn't tell one of these dumbass niggas that we was fucking.
No, y'all have to know. They don't do that. They don't do that.
What they do?
They DM friends.
It ain't no fucking pride.
No. They DM friends and be like, because I didn't know that you knew that, me and her messing around. I don't know if she told you.
No, nigga, she ain't tell me because they don't sit around and talk about y'all niggas. Like, y'all actually not you.
Wait, are you telling the truth? Because she's never mentioned you. She's never mentioned you.
I would have never even known.
If you never jumped in my DM and told me, and I'm still questioning the validity of this.
Right. And for our sippers who are new, but if you're old, you already know we already had this discussion how somebody had jumped in the DMs and wanted to let me know that he and Khalida and I know Khalida.
Like she feels some type of way.
News update.
Right, like I'm sitting there looking at my messages like,
because
She was never even said nothing to me about it.
Like, I don't even know who you are. Like
and I kind of don't believe you.
Right. The men talk more about their sexual.
Right. Because it's more of a
prowess.
Conquest.
Their prowess. Their prowess. And about, they feel like it's like a conquering.
Yeah, nigga, don't fucking conquer me. How about I fucking conquer your fucking ass and put your shit out there? But if we do it now
I'm loose. Now I'm loose though.
Super loose.
But we was both there. We was there together. I tagged you in, bruh.
Yo, this time
that's
last
how
year.
society is now, man. I'm not now. That's how it's always been.
This time last year, we were being shamed in our comments, right?
Oh,
we were being asked, and I have the post. I was going to repost it because it was around this time this year. It came up in our memories. We were being shamed and asked, where are our husbands at? And if so, why are they letting us speak this way? We have potty mouths as women. Good.
You said, actually, do you have a girl? Because a lot of those guys don't even have a girl.
No, they don't. They're not even getting their dicks sucked on the right now.
I mean, there are some that
are getting their dicks sucked on the
I
right
mean, because you gotta look at it. Because you gotta remember. Think about how many women that you met, you know, or heard stories from that have been in a situation where you didn't think things were the way they were until after the fact. Like after the breakup, years later.
Yeah.
You find out like, oh girl, he was da-da-da-da.
Yeah. I usually just leave them alone immediately. Like I told y'all, I blocked the Virgo like the same day. I gave him my fucking number. Like the nigga fucking kept texting me like, what the fuck? I just fucking met you an hour ago. Why 5 hours later, I have like 6 texts from you of just alone about you asking me when I'm gonna call you.
Yeah, cause they all you gotta do is look at true crime. You watch true crime, and then next you know you hear the girls talk about, oh yeah, I went through this for years and blah blah blah. He did this to me, and somehow they would escape and whatever. And they go on to the next girl, and the next girl do the same thing.
Yeah,
and
it's a big no for me.
It's a hard no.
Hard no for me, but. So that brought up back on topic as usual. So after reading that, like that Fontaine was embarrassed, I think for me it was people are missing a point. He's not probably embarrassed that she slept with these people because I feel like he's a mature enough man. Like, of course you slept with people. You're a woman. You have
you're
sex.
Attractive.
Right. These are my boys that
right.
They
They're my friends.
They might not even be friends.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They're not my friends.
Oh, you said they're not even my friends.
Right.
The fact is that you made me believe
that you didn't.
That's where the embarrassment comes in.
Right, because now I think that things are this way, and come to find out things are that way.
And now you want playback in your mind every time you get in a room
with these.
Right, because now that's embarrassing. Now my manhood being questioned, like, oh, like everybody in here done screwed your girl, and the only one that don't know it is you. That's disrespectful right
Say
there.
it again.
Like, nah,
say it again.
So yeah, you can't do that.
That was my problem with it. I'm like, he's not, like, that's his ego. Like, I will say, we'll all go around, I don't share body count numbers, but I let men know, I always let, especially men that I feel like I'm
going somewhere with.
Or that I want to go somewhere with. Like, if I tell you something like this, when I'm talking to you, it's because I, like, actually fucking like you. You know what I mean? Like the Virgo dude, we talked for like 2 text messages, but I didn't tell him that was going nowhere. There was no need for him to know that. There was no need.
Like, you don't know what, it's about to be over in a few minutes. Like, doing around while you on.
It's over in 24 hours, yo.
Right.
So, but anybody else, it's like, I want to tell them my past. Not in detail, but I want to let them know. Like, I used to be a stripper. I used to work in a sex work.
Right, like you're not getting that information on first base. You might get that information,
so
you're on third base then.
But I feel like I only do that because I have never wanted to be with, and for our sippers, just to let you know, I've never had a man
Not fuck with you because of that.
Because of that. I've been in a 6-year relationship after I left that lifestyle. And then to go on to be in like the most 2 recent like quick breakups, but like the last one, the same situation. Like I was once I knew it was going somewhere, I was very transparent about that. And he just asked me like, is that something that you're still doing? And I was like, no. He's like, well, I only care about
what you doing now.
Now.
Because I rinsed you off and kissed you up to God.
Can you say that louder?
I like the way you put that. I like the way you put that right there.
So,
shit is clean now. Fuck out of here.
But
okay, so my question is, do you feel like omission is the same thing? Like lying by omission?
Well,
because I didn't tell you.
Wait, let her finish.
Because I didn't reveal to you, like, okay, say that you don't necessarily come right out and say, oh, X, Y, and Z, this is who I used to be. But just because I didn't say it didn't mean that I lied about it as well.
I'm not saying lie. I don't feel like, I'm saying it because I don't want to be a liar, because that wouldn't be being a liar if I didn't tell you that, because you didn't ask me.
But I feel like that is like lying by omission.
But listen, let me
that's how I interpret it.
Listen, I've never been in that position where I haven't told. If I go on a date with you, I'm not going to tell you on that first date because I don't know if it's going anywhere.
So it's not even really worth me being that vulnerable.
Right, it's not worth me being that transparent with you. But if on that first date, I know something in me sparks, because y'all know I'm a lover, I'm a Philly girl. If on that first date, I feel something and I feel a spark, by the second date, I'm preparing myself to tell you. Why? Because if you have a problem with it and it's really going to be an issue, I need to exit.
Right.
Early.
I need to just exit. Because I'm not going to convince you. We not going to go into detail about it. It's either you fucking with me or you ain't fucking with me.
Because it comes down to a couple things also about the omission part. Is because when you get asked a question, you got the direct question and the implied question. So if that conversation is coming up, and then you know the conversation is that's where you're trying to get at, and then you purposely sidestep it, then that's when you lie about omission. Because now it's like, all right, look, you know what I'm getting at. You know, right? So, but do
I really know? Okay, because people like to say, you know what I mean. A lot of people don't know what you mean. A lot of people can't comprehend.
That's very true. That's very true.
So you can't imply that somebody understands
but
what you mean.
If that person isn't, equipped to understand that's what that process is going on, then if they're asking you a direct question, then that's what it is. So when you don't answer that question, it's not that you're still lying, but that person may not be on that level yet. So when you lie by sidestepping the question, to them it still goes over their head because they was asking you a direct question. But even still, I think people are smart enough when they ask you a question, it's always 2 layers. Whether they are smart or super high level thinking, you know what I mean?
But nobody usually asks that question.
Right.
Nobody's
ever.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I wanted to say.
I've
never been asked that
even
question.
going to say body count. Nobody's ever even asked me, have you been a stripper before? Have you ever worked as an escort before? Nobody asked.
That's definitely not.
Nobody ever asked me that question. But because we live in Smallville,
right.
If I know I'm potentially I want to fuck with you,
right.
I need to make you aware of this because I don't want nobody, and not a lot of people actually know that I used to be a stripper, to be honest with you. But now they do. Hi. But I don't want. It's not that I'm I don't know. My whole thing for me is I don't ever want my man or somebody I'm fucking with to be out and be in a position where somebody knows something about me that they don't know.
Right.
Because like that question has never been asked, and then you felt some type of way that, all right, I'm not gonna divulge this ever, right? Not ever, but since it wasn't asked, I'm not gonna tell you. And the next you know, that's when that situation comes up, because then now I'm pissed off, the guy's pissed off, whoever's gonna be pissed off because we traveled this far.
And you never mentioned that. You never thought I needed to know that.
Right.
And those
are things that I don't like.
I think it's not important as far as whether somebody's been a stripper or not. Like, that shouldn't matter. Like, what's important is the fact that I need you to be prepared for if something like it's different when you prepared, when you know.
Right.
If somebody approach you like that, like most niggas.
Because niggas is messy.
But yeah, because niggas is messy. But I've always noticed another thing. There are men that you can't, it don't matter who they fuck with. You can't approach them about who they fuck with because you know he ain't the type of nigga that you can approach about who he fuck with, period.
Right.
He can fuck with whoever the fuck he want with, and because of the respect that he get, like
that the
energy that he gives off, you gonna look goofy as fuck, even approaching him about who he's with.
Right.
Who the fuck? Like, you might get fucking popped.
You might get. Listen.
No, for real.
I seen grown.
Like, when a man is a man. When we talk about boss shit energy.
I seen another grown man get smacked down to the ground, and I felt embarrassed. I had secondhand embarrassment for him because I was like, I just watched a grown man get smacked in his face, and he didn't. And
if you approach the wrong man like that, speaking on a woman or inquiring or want to tell me about her past, the nigga might
on the spot
smack you
on site.
First of all, just because you see me out with somebody don't mean I'm fucking them. That's number one.
Respect her.
Right.
Period.
Because if I'm out with somebody and you respect me, you have to automatically respect who I'm with.
Facts.
If you truly respect me.
Right.
And if you don't foul, then that means you don't respect me. Now we got a problem. And why are you even in my space?
Right.
We working with a new generation though now. We working with different energy now.
That's an understatement.
Because to me that's old school boss energy.
Like, the enemy of my enemy is not my fucking friend.
Right. The enemy of my enemies.
Right,
because that's what happens. Weak bitches link up, weak niggas link up. They have a We Hate You club.
And be scheming on motherfuckers.
You said they link up to have a We Hate You club.
Well.
Who has that much time in their life?
Well, apparently a lot of people do.
I don't. Can y'all give me some of that time, please?
That kind of
Can you give me
because
some of that?
Look at this.
I got too much shit going on in my life to be sitting around.
And that's the point.
Talking about
because
what other people is doing with their dick and their pussy.
A lot of people don't got shit.
Right.
They get off of work, and after they get off work, they ain't doing jack shit for anything productive.
But
where the weed at? Where the ass at? You know what I mean? Yo.
For those people, we love y'all. I don't know what he's talking about.
And we go live every Monday at 10 o'clock.
Nigga wasn't his wavy. Fuck from the back and be driving her crazy. Gripping her neck as I tell her to take it. Pussy so pretty that I put my face in it. She eat the kids up when she eat the kids.
And those are the people, the ones that take it away from society. That's the ones we're talking about right here. Because those people right here, those are the ones that come up and have the hate you parties. You know what I mean? They figure out how we're gonna set this person up. You know what I mean? Like people like the last incident we was talking about before. They flew out the country. You know what I mean? With a person they knew they didn't like. They knew they didn't like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. A We Hate You club.
Right.
And purposely beat her up.
Right.
And now she's no longer with us.
That much energy. I'm sorry to say this, and y'all can be off topic again, but y'all can. I didn't know black people move like